What is up, my Yu-Gi Bros? I'm your host, the one, the only, the RJB0. Welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh! In Business Casual. No, this is not the first episode of the Ban List According to Logic series. I understand that I said that I'd have that by the end of the week. However, the end of the week has come, and I do not feel like I'm prepared to give you guys the kind of quality videos you guys have come to expect from this series. All I really need to do is just sit down, maybe bump some Brother Ali, and bust out a couple of charts, and I will have that absolutely ready for you so I can give you guys some kick-ass ban list predictions by tomorrow. I realize that at this point my timelines are kind of meaningless, but that's what I can give you. So the reason why I've been kind of having fewer videos going up in the recent days is because I have been kind of deliberating about what I want to talk about in the next format, because I am not actually particularly excited for any of the decks that are coming out of Duelist Alliance. Generally, I absolutely love the meta, because the meta usually has a lot of very toolboxy, combo-based, really fun decks that I like a lot. However, there aren't really any meta decks coming out in Duelist Alliance that I am truly excited for, so I'm actually going to be returning to what I call my anti-meta roots. What I mean when I say that is, back when I had about 500 subscribers, I talked a lot about developing meta calls and new anti-meta strategies and improving old anti-meta strategies. I want to go back to doing that so I can have some fun this format and be able to play on a competitive level and be all business casual like that. So I'm actually bringing back a couple of project decks, including Chain Beat, which is kind of back by popular demand, a deck that I have not yet announced, but I think will be extremely fun come the Duelist Alliance format. And finally, I am bringing back Montreal Theory Thunder Family, and that's what I want to focus on today, because I've used that phrase a lot around. I've never actually explained what I mean by Montreal Theory of Thunder Family, and this is kind of important because when you are playing the straight Thunder Family variant, there are a few different ways of looking at the deck, and if you look at people's deck profiles for the Thunder Family deck, people talk about the deck in just totally different ways. People talk about it being a spam deck, people talk about it being a slow control deck. There are just a ton of different ways, and in my opinion, there are really two theories of the straight Thunder Family variant. And those theories are what I call the combo theory and the Montreal theory. So the combo theory of the Thunder Family is the one you've seen most recently from me. What it is a control aggro strategy of Thunder Family, which says that the most important part of the Thunder Family deck are the Xyz combos. The Xyz combos are how you win. You want to be able to make good Xyz monsters and control the game with that, and then just generally gain advantage using your Sis Hunders, your Recycling Batteries, and your Thunder Seahorses. This variant, or this theory, generally works better in slower formats because it invites you to use the draw power that makes this variant of the deck as consistent as it is and gain as much advantage as it can get. These are cards like Reckless Greed, Upstart Goblin, Duality. Sometimes people even use Card D. It really depends on your play style for this variant, but the idea is to access your combo pieces as quickly as possible and be able to make those consistent Xyz plays that the deck is so well known for. So that is a variant that I've been using a lot recently because we've had a lot of slower formats recently, meaning that I can take more time to draw into those combo pieces. The Montreal theory of Thunder Family is a totally different animal. It is inspired by Dave Trepanier, I believe that's how he pronounced his name in the video. His use of the Thunder Family deck to come in second at the ARG Metro series in Montreal against Dragon Rulers. So this variant of the deck is actually an aggro stun variant. It's totally different from the combo variant in how you play. The most important aspect of the Thunder Family in the Montreal theory is the ability to create large amounts of field presence in order to put multiple monsters on a board in one turn and be able to still gain advantage off of it using things like Thunder Seahorse, Recycling Batteries, and Sis Hunter. In this variant, you actually fairly rarely go for your Xyz plays. You only go for an Xyz play when you don't really have any better options. A lot of the time you will just leave Thunder Family monsters on the board, and what you do is you create positive field presence while using stun-based cards like Vanity's Emptiness, like Black Horn of Heaven, like Bottomless, things like that, in order to limit your opponent's ability to gain field presence while you gain advantage through Thunder Seahorse. You go for Xyz plays as clincher plays. So when your opponent has a problem card, you can 101 it. If your opponent has a bunch of back row but their field is open, you can go for Constellar Omega, and then you can go into M7 and start getting pieces back from the graveyard. But really, the Montreal theory is very anti-meta. is based in making sure that you can get as many cards available in your hand as possible at a time so that you can sustain stun strategies and keep an aggro board, kind of in the classic Magic sense of aggro, and that you just get a lot of small monsters out and maintain that field advantage. So that's what I talk about when I am talking about Montreal theory versus combo theory. I'm going to be returning to Montreal theory this format because it's a faster format, and generally more anti-meta decks work better in a faster format. And coming into this format, things like Vanity's Emptiness are going to be a lot better going into the Duelist Alliance because of the number of cards in Duelist Alliance that lose to Vanity's Emptiness. There are a lot of stun strategies that you can use against Satella Knights, even if you can't use Light Imprisoning Mirror against them. You can use And the Band Played On and just wreck them. You can use things like Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, so as long as you can create really big stun strategies to back up your large field presence, the Montreal theory tends to be a better theory of Thunder Family. So there you guys go. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. If you didn't, let me know why in the comment section below. And of course, subscribe for more deck discussion, analysis, and general Yu-Gi-Oh! Shenanigans. Meanwhile, thank you guys for watching. I'm your host, the RJB0, and I got a jet. See you guys.